Brian Andrews is standing by. Brian, you heard some of that report. How many people here in South Florida are going to be showing up tomorrow? I imagine there are some there who probably wish they could.
Well, Rick, we're not sure yet on the turnout for the funeral, which will be in the town of Como, which is in northern Italy, just north of Milan. What we do know is that right now, Gianni Versace's sister Donatella and his brother are on a private jet from Miami to Milan, bringing back Versace's ashes. There's a little bit of a controversy about that because here in Italy, it's illegal to scatter ashes, but apparently the family is seeking some sort of permit to be able to have that done. Meantime, here in Rome, the talk of the town continues to be the murder investigation into what happened exactly in Miami Beach.
The Versace boutique on Via Borgonona has reopened for business, and so has its sister boutique, Versace. Even though it may seem it's business as usual, Italians are still talking about the designer's unusual and untimely death.
All the Italian people, I think, are very, very unhappy of this because all day love Versace.
The investigation is still front-page news in this country, and in one paper, the Fendi sisters of Italian design bought an entire page in tribute.
È difficile, mi vengono le lacrime. È il nostro amore per Gianni. Grande.
It's difficult for me. It's hard to hold back the tears because of our love for Gianni.
Carla Fendi says Gianni Versace was a close friend.
È stata una terribile notizia. Credo che...
It was terrible news. It gives me great sorrow. I have a huge hole in my heart.
News of Gianni Versace's murder in South Florida reached Rome at the end of a week of high fashion. Designers from all over Italy had planned a major fashion show here at the base of the Spanish Steps for Wednesday night, but they canceled it out of respect for Gianni Versace.
What shocked me terribly, and I think all my fellows, is the way how he died. In the morning, in the center of town.
Designer Laura Biagiotti wonders what effect this will have on South Florida's international reputation. And so do other Italians. Some, though, appear to already have made up their mind.
I think it's very dangerous to go in Miami.
I don't know if I will go to Miami.
Still, it appears Versace was a victim of a serial killer. His loss to the fashion world, enormous.
He was the designer who appealed to the rock stars, to the movie stars, to the power suit woman after hours, and he's going to be missing.
Back live now in Rome. One of the other things I wanted to tell you about is South Florida's reputation. Basically, our part of the country has been getting slammed by the Italian media. There's a TV station called TG2, which is run by the government, and on their newscast we saw pictures of the tourist murders from years back, pictures of rundown housing in Liberty City, even pictures of panhandlers at the exit ramps on I-95. That's what the Italians are seeing. They're also seeing the pictures of Andrew Cunanan. They are also seeing the pictures from Miami Beach of the blood on the front steps of the Versace mansion. Reporting from Rome, I'm Brian Andrews, 7 News.
The designer's family has returned his ashes to Italy for a small private ceremony. And tonight our Team 7 coverage is taking you from Miami Beach to Milan, Italy. And that is where we begin tonight. 7's Brian Andrews joins us now live from Milan. Brian?
Well, good evening, Kelly. We are in Milan, what many consider to be the fashion capital of the world, but a city that is still grieving the loss of Gianni Versace. His ashes are now back on Italian soil. They were flown in from South Florida to an airport just outside of Milan, a town called Bergamo. His sister Donatella then boarded a helicopter and flew to Como. The family's home, we're told, is just outside in the town of Moltresio. Meantime, here in Milan, the talk is still about the murder in South Florida, still about the man that many say gave Italian fashion worldwide recognition, a man that Italy is so proud of. Behind the fountains sits the Duomo, the main cathedral. It is here that the city is planning to hold a major tribute to Gianni Versace next week. Milan is a city rich with history. There are monuments everywhere. Here, trolleys share the cobblestone streets with taxis and private cars. Some people, though, prefer to get around on motorbikes. The curbside cafes are the place to be at the end of the day. Italians are known for their passion and their love. Here in Milan, they love Gianni Versace.
We are proud of our, fashion, and his dying represent for us something really, bad for us, for the country, and, for Italy in general.
Gianni Versace started his fashion career here in Milan 25 years ago as a designer for other designers. In 1978, he started his own line, opening a boutique. All these years keeping his international headquarters in Milan. Versace model Eve says she can't believe the designer is gone.
I have only good things to say about him. And I was totally destroyed and sad about what happened.
The Versace family is planning a private funeral memorial service in their hometown of Maltresio tomorrow morning. Well, actually later today because it's already Saturday here in Italy. My photographer Kirk Wade and I are going to get in a car tomorrow morning and drive up there, try to bring back the pictures so you can see how the Versace family and northern Italy is preparing to say farewell to this famous designer. Reporting live from Milan, I'm Brian Andrews, 7 News.
All right, Brian. That is where we find 7 News reporter Brian Andrews. He is live in Milan with more on that for us tonight. Brian?
Well, good evening, Craig. About an hour north of Milan is the town of Maltresio. That is where yesterday Gianni Versace was laid to rest. It is also where the Versace family has gathered to mourn. At a tiny hillside cemetery overlooking Lake Como on the Italian-Swiss border, a woman carries flowers to the vault containing Gianni Versace's ashes. Police stand guard at the cemetery's front gate, limiting access. Cameras are not permitted to go inside. The people who live in this town are still in a state of disbelief, trying to make sense of the designer's untimely death.
I cried because it's so unbelievable, so rush, so stupid.
A short distance away, a telegram is delivered to the Versace villa. It is addressed to the family, believed to be a note of condolence. Friends and relatives have been coming and going all day. Santo Versace, Gianni's brother and the business manager for the company, left the estate, ignoring reporters gathered out front. Gianni Versace has lived in Maltresio, Italy for 10 years. At his villa called Villa Fontanella, he has entertained the world's superstars, Madonna, Sylvester Stallone, and one of his favorite models, Naomi Campbell. News crews from around the world scrambled for boats after an Italian television report Naomi Campbell was at the villa with the family in hopes of getting her picture. A picture from a storybook setting of beauty. Perhaps even inspiration for Gianni Versace's fashion. A town he loved so much. A town that loved him back. Here in Milan, on Tuesday, there will be a special ceremony at the Duomo, the main cathedral in town, honoring Gianni Versace. Reporting live from Milan, Italy, Brian Andrews, 7 News.